Hello. So we are going to talk about the comet that everyone is talking about at the moment. Funny enough, and I'm going to read this off next video. I'll probably do this next week. When I was channeling for the book, and the book is now being split again into two books. It's a constant upheaval and changing the dynamic, and I'm going to split sort of my story and how I've worked with spirit and how that helps people, and more of a sort of self-help book. And then we're going to have all the channeled messages in a separate book. We need to keep the two apart. So that's become apparent now. So I'm actually in the process of that because I know a lot of people have asked me about the book. And so I'm going to read off the other two comments that I channeled through a couple of back. I think it was about July 2022 they came through. There was a group of beings came through on the channeling, Candodians. I've never heard of them, but they've evolved to a part where they don't involve themselves. And even when I was channeling, they said, don't get anyone to connect with us because that's not what we're here for. And they were very, very brief, but they came through because they wanted to introduce these two comments. Now, Agatha and I can never pronounce it, Hermanosus, something like that. So they're a twin comet, male and female. So one is there to disrupt stagnation and bring a feminine frequency through, but with fire, which was very interesting because she said, I'm fire on the outside, but in the center, I'm very cool water. So it's that gentleness. So they arrive at planets when they are ready to transform themselves. And basically, the twin, which is the Hermosus, which is the masculine, he will come back to a planet when it starts to lose itself and gets too much in the shadow. And what it does is it reflects the original intention of the creator of that planet, or the creative forces, to realign them, to bring them back to center. So they work the same as this 3i Atlas is moving through our sort of and mirroring, changing the frequency, and the scientists are now saying, well, you know, obviously it's slowed down. There's a lot of the physicality of it, but we want to look beyond the physical because it's a little bit redundant without the esoteric. And so what's happening now is this the frequency of the comet is aligning to the Earth's frequency, and it's triggering and also supporting the denied, repressed, consciousness that is coming up in everyone at the moment. So look, I'll just read off the message. It's not a long one, but it's brief. Generally, when they come through, they're quite brief anyway. But it said it's going to return in January, so we'll do another message then, and I think we'll just keep on top of it because I don't think it's going to go anywhere. And then next video, which I'll do next week, I'll read off Agatha and Hermosus and their message, which is very interesting. Which is great because comets obviously move. So, and you can see inside this one, this atlas is quite amazing. It's so ethereal and esoteric. And they mentioned this blue beings, but I actually saw them as beige. So I don't know, anyway, it could have been how they change color or whatever. But ultimately, when you go into it, it's almost like, I don't know how to explain it in words, but it's just ethereal, it's light, it's bubbling, there's consciousness everywhere, algorithm, it just feels like this tingling, like a fairy dust. It's interesting, and I only sort of got a brief look when I was doing the channeling, but I might ask to see what's more inside it through the physical, non-physical aspects of it. Anyway, so I'm going to read this off. So I channeled this yesterday, so it's all very fresh. Okay. Control and dominance have become your world of confusion and denial. Shoulder to shoulder in pain and torment. A planet governed by lies and propaganda. But do not worry, you are not the only planet to experience this model of existence. Many worlds across the universe have endured cycles of denial. You are now standing at a catalytic point in your evolution, weary and drained by the endless consumption that fills most minds with emptiness. You have wondered if there is more beyond your skies. And we say there is life all around you, both physical and non-physical. I have come to awaken the dormant aspects of your consciousness, to assist in aligning your vibrational fields. I will be activating the Earth's crust and mantle so that her hardened emotional shell may soften and align with her highest potential. The ancient crystalline structures buried deep beneath the surface will begin to hum and vibrate once more. A tidal imbalance will accompany this natural shift as Earth releases the old frameworks that have upheld denial for so long. Your security agencies will be on high alert as the planet's natural resonance will appear to fluctuate, a reflection of Earth gazing into her own pain and releasing it through her throat chakra. I am also here to help humanity release its collective pain and struggle. I awaken the inner child within those who seek my assistance, softening the tough exterior of the human shell. This opening ushers in a new paradigm of consciousness through the sacral chakra. It is time for you to remember who you truly are and why you chose to incarnate on Earth. Those still caught in their shadow will feel uneasy, disorientated, perhaps even confused. But those who are beginning to remember their majestic essence will feel lightness of heart, inspiration, vigour, and excitement. I am also activating the genetic codes within those seeking polarity alignment. These codes will thin the veil between your awareness and your DNA, allowing a more intuitive approach to life. When you tune into me psychically, you will feel unconditional love, gentleness, and the softness you have longed for deep within your consciousness. You have walked a hard path, often battling yourselves. It's time to release the zombie-like state of disconnection. You can no longer surrender to the misinformation surrounding who and what you are. It is a sacred honour to inhabit a human body, and I want you to remember this. For those seeking truth, I invite you to tune into me, to us, for I am a collective consciousness as you are. I am deeply connected to bipedal beings of blue hue, who have evolved to a total state of service to planetary evolution. They are free, untouchable by those wishing to distort truth. Having attained their freedom, they now dedicate themselves to assisting worlds in transition, as your planet will do one day. When you tune into me in meditation, set the intention to awaken truth within your heart and mind. Then simply listen and follow the synchronicities that unfold. In the coming months, the moon will be activated through my consciousness. This will stir the despair and anxiety held within humanity's collective field. When these feelings surface within yourself, your friends, or your neighbours, simply breathe and acknowledge them. These are not personal burdens, but ancient energies long trapped within both the human psyche and Earth's emotional body. If you were to observe this collective consciousness of humanity now, it would appear as a headless creature, chaotic, directionless. We are here to bring vision, foresight, and the next step of evolution for your race and your planet. Do not be deceived by the physical explanations of my form or mass. I can be invisible. I have revealed myself only to awaken within you the remembrance you all seek. I will work with you both individually and collectively. The choice of how to proceed rests with you. As Earth's trajectory shifts and aligns with the new Earth frequency destined for this timeline, you must transform your perception of life And that begins by living fully in the present moment. I will return in January, and I look forward to speaking with you all again. Okay, so good message. Yeah, obviously, you know, it's going to be a heavy year again next year for those that are not listening to the voice and not working on their emotions and not, you know, finding that part. You know, and that, again, that's okay on the soul level. You know, it's choice now. It's freedom. It's choice. So we have the choice to you know, stay in the old earth frequency or move into this new earth frequency. So, you know, we are going through that sort of divide now. So it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously people watching this are generally more informed than the sort of mainstream consciousness. But you must listen to those feelings. That's, you know, the synchronicity, the repeats, even your dreams are going to be talking to you. You know, there's so many markers now and signs. You just gotta set the intention in the morning to basically say, whatever I need to learn today, let it be revealed. And that's going to come through different voices, different experiences. And all you need to do is just be receptive and listen and just sort of take a step back. Because we can't be running through that mental polarity any longer. It doesn't serve us. You know, and as I keep saying to people, you know, we know what the ego mind's like. It's fickle at best. So it's always going to convolute the soul path, because it's in fear and it's not going to let go of the old paradigm. So you just really need to say, you know, I'm done with that old frequency, and just be conscious in the moment when you're feeling the old ways, the old belief systems, the old patterns, and you just say, look, you know, that's you, that's old. I acknowledge you, but I don't need you anymore. All right, guys. So I will be back next week. I'll read off the other messages of the other 2 comments as well, just for FYI. All right. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.